Welcome to the Teaching Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. Hi, I'm Nikki, a passionate special educator, autism advocate, resource creator with over a decade of experience, and you may know me as the face behind Teaching Autism. This podcast is your go-to place for practical tips, hands-on strategies, and inspiring and funny stories to support special educators all around the world, whether it's building independence, creating engaging lessons, or finding that elusive work-life balance. I'm here to help you thrive inside and outside of the classroom. Let's dive into today's episode and make a difference together. Hey friend, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Nikki, and today we're diving into a topic that can make or break your classroom experience, and that is creating a calm and organised learning space. If you've ever felt like your classroom was a chaotic whirlwind of papers, supplies, and overstimulated students, trust me, you are not alone. I've been there, we've all been there, and I know how overwhelming it can feel. So today we're going to talk about practical strategies for setting up a space that feels peaceful, structured, and supports both you and your students. Plus, I'll share some real life examples from my own classroom and others so that you can see these tips in action. Okay, let's get into it. First of all, why does the classroom environment even matter? Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt overwhelmed? Maybe it was too cluttered, too noisy, it just had way too much going on. Now imagine how that feels for our students, especially students who struggle with sensory processing or anxiety. The learning environment plays a huge role in how our students regulate their emotions, engage with lessons, and even communicate. I had a student once, for the sake of privacy, let's call him Adam. And Adam would get completely overwhelmed when he walked into a classroom with bright lights, too many posters, and an unpredictable routine. He would cover his ears, refuse to engage, and sometimes even try to leave the room. So we made a few small changes. We dimmed the lights, we reduced the number of visuals on the walls, and we created a quiet area using a pop-up tent. And Adam actually started coming into class much more calmly and was able to actually participate in activities as well. A well-structured, calming classroom isn't just for students. It benefits us as teachers too. When your space is organised, it's easier to find materials, transitions run smoother, and you're less stressed. And let's be honest, when we are less stressed, our students pick up on that energy and everyone wins. Okay, so let's do this. Step 1, we're going to declutter and simplify. Let's start with the big one, decluttering. If you're anything like me, you've probably accumulated a lot of material over the years. And while having resources is great, too much stuff can be very overwhelming for both you and your students. So keep only what you use. If you haven't used something in, I would say 3 school years, donate it, repurpose it, or let it go. Use clear bins and labels. Having a designated place for everything helps students and staff to find what they need and keeps your space tidy. 3, limit visual distractions. Too many posters, colours, and decorations can be overstimulating. Keep your walls purposeful, so use visuals that support learning and remove anything that's just extra. I once had a fellow teacher tell me, but I need all my posters up. And I get it. It feels like taking things down means losing resources. But when she scaled back, she actually noticed that her students were paying more attention to the ones that stayed up. Step 2, create zones for different activities. So our students thrive on structure, and one of the easiest ways to provide that is by creating designated areas for different tasks. So a calm corner isn't just for breaks. A calm space with soft lighting, fidgets, and a comfy chair can give students a spot to self-regulate when they need it. A structured work area, keep it clutter-free with clear expectations for independent work. And a movement space. Some of our students need movement to focus. Having a small area with wiggle stools, balance boards, or even just space to stretch can help them reset without disrupting the whole class. One of my favourite additions to my classroom was a quiet work tent. So just a pop-up tent with a little lap desk inside. Some of my students who struggled with distractions loved going in this pop-up tent to do their work. It was like their own little escape while still being part of the classroom. Step 3. Use lighting and sound to your advantage. Lighting and noise levels can make a huge difference in classroom energy. Harsh fluorescent lights and loud, unpredictable sounds can be really tough on sensory sensitive students. You can soften the lighting by using lamps or string lights instead of overhead fluorescents. You can use noise reduction strategies. So think soft background music, white noise machines, or even headphones can help students to focus. Teach volume control. Having a simple visual like a noise level chart can be a great way to remind students of appropriate noise levels. I had a student, let's call her Lily, who would completely shut down if the classroom got too loud. She really wasn't trying to be difficult. It was just so overwhelming for her. Once we started using noise cancelling headphones, we kept some white noise at a low predictable level, and she was able to stay engaged for so much longer. Step 4. Establish predictable routines. So a calm classroom isn't just about the physical space. It's also about how we structure the day. So routines help our students to feel safe and in control because they know what to expect. So when you use a visual schedule, whether it's pictures, written words, or even a combination, this can help to reduce anxiety. Creating clear transitions, using simple strategies like countdown timers, songs, or movement breaks can make the transition smoother. And set up a morning routine. Starting the day with a structured, predictable activity like a sensory-friendly check-in can help to set a calm tone. One teacher I work with started using a morning greeting choice board where students could pick how they wanted to say hello each day. So a high five, a wave, a fist bump, a quiet nod. Not only did this help with transition anxiety, but it also gave students some independence in how they started their day. So, final thoughts are small changes can make a big impact. Creating a calm and organized learning space doesn't mean you need to do a complete classroom overhaul overnight. You can start with small changes. So declutter one area, adjust the lighting, introduce a quiet corner and see how your students respond. And remember, this is a process. Your classroom will evolve based on what works best for you and your students. So I always say to give yourself grace, experiment, and most importantly, make sure that your space works for you and not against you. So I'd love to hear what strategies you use to create a calm and organized classroom. Come find me on social media at Teaching Autism and we can chat about it. And if you're looking for some free resources to help with classroom organization, check out my free resource library with over 200 free resources, and I'll link it in the show notes. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll catch you in the next episode. Stay calm and keep teaching.